The destructive impact of narcissists, understanding their behavior and its negative effects on others. In the realm of interpersonal relationships, navigating the complexities of human behavior can be both enriching and challenging. Among the myriad personalities one may encounter, narcissists stand out for their distinctive traits and the profound impact they can have on those around them. Characterized by an exaggerated sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy, and an insatiable need for admiration, narcissists exhibit behaviors that can leave a trail of emotional wreckage in their wake. By delving into the psychology of narcissism and examining its repercussions on others, we gain insight into the destructive consequences of interacting with individuals driven by this personality disorder. At the core of narcissism lies an inflated sense of self-worth that eclipses all else. Narcissists harbor grandiose fantasies of success, power, or beauty, viewing themselves as inherently superior to those around them. Their need for validation knows no bounds, as they crave constant admiration and praise to prop up their fragile egos. This insatiable hunger for affirmation often leads narcissists to manipulate and exploit others in their quest to maintain their self-image as faultless and exceptional. One of the most striking hallmarks of narcissism is the absence of empathy. While empathy serves as the bedrock of meaningful human connection, narcissists remain unmoved by the emotions and experiences of others. Their inability to empathize renders them indifferent to the suffering or struggles of those around them, as they prioritize their own desires and aspirations above all else. Consequently, narcissists may engage in callous or exploitative behavior without regard for the harm they inflict upon others, viewing them merely as pawns to be used for personal gain. The manipulative tendencies of narcissists further exacerbate the detrimental impact of their behavior on others. Armed with charm and charisma, they adeptly weave webs of deceit and manipulation to achieve their objectives. Whether through gaslighting, guilt-tripping, or emotional blackmail, narcissists wield manipulation as a tool to exert control over their relationships and surroundings. By distorting reality and coercing others into compliance, they perpetuate a cycle of psychological manipulation that leaves their victims feeling confused, powerless, and emotionally drained. In the realm of interpersonal relationships, narcissists prove to be adept architects of chaos and dysfunction. Their relentless pursuit of admiration and validation often breeds resentment and discord within their social circles. Rather than fostering genuine connections based on mutual respect and empathy, narcissists view relationships as transactional arrangements designed to serve their needs and bolster their fragile self-esteem. Consequently, they may exploit and discard others at will, discarding them once they have outlived their usefulness or failed to meet their lofty expectations. The negative impact of narcissists extends beyond the realm of individual relationships, permeating various facets of society. In professional settings, their cutthroat ambition and lack of ethical boundaries may sabotage teamwork and collaboration, fostering a toxic work environment characterized by backstabbing and competition. In the political arena, narcissistic leaders driven by grandiose visions of power may prioritize their own interests over the welfare of their constituents, leading to corruption, inequality, and social unrest. Moreover, the psychological toll inflicted by narcissists can have far-reaching consequences on the mental health and well-being of their victims. Gaslighting, manipulation, and emotional abuse can erode one's sense of self-worth and identity, leaving them questioning their reality and struggling to regain their autonomy. Victims of narcissistic abuse may experience anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder, grappling with the emotional scars inflicted by their tormentors long after the relationship has ended. In conclusion, the behavior of narcissists exerts a profound and far-reaching impact on those unfortunate enough to cross their path. Driven by an insatiable need for admiration and validation, narcissists manipulate and exploit others to maintain their inflated self-image, leaving a trail of emotional devastation in their wake. By understanding the psychology of narcissism and its repercussions on others, we can begin to recognize the warning signs of toxic relationships and empower ourselves to break free from the grip of narcissistic abuse. Only by shedding light on the destructive nature of narcissism can we hope to cultivate healthier, more empathetic connections built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. Unveiling the tactics of manipulators, understanding their impact on others. In the intricate tapestry of human interactions, manipulators stand out as masterful orchestrators of deception and control. Armed with a repertoire of deceitful tactics, these individuals wield their influence to manipulate and exploit others for personal gain. By delving into the psychology of manipulation and examining its detrimental effects on unsuspecting victims, we gain insight into the insidious nature of this behavior and the profound impact it has on interpersonal relationships and societal dynamics. Manipulators are adept at exploiting the vulnerabilities of others to further their own agendas. Through deceit, coercion, or emotional manipulation, they cunningly maneuver their targets into compliance, often without their awareness. Whether through subtle manipulation tactics or blatant acts of deceit, manipulators prioritize their own interests above all else, showing little regard for the well-being or autonomy of those they seek to control. Central to the arsenal of manipulators is the art of deception. With practiced finesse, they twist facts, fabricate stories, or manipulate information to suit their narrative and advance their objectives. By distorting reality and sowing seeds of doubt, manipulators erode trust and manipulate their victims into submission, leaving them vulnerable to exploitation and manipulation. Gaslighting, a particularly insidious form of manipulation, involves the deliberate distortion of reality to undermine the victim's perceptions and sense of self. Through subtle manipulation tactics such as denial, minimization, or projection, gaslighters seek to destabilize their victim's reality and assert control over their thoughts and emotions. Over time, gaslighting can erode the victim's sense of self-worth and sanity, leaving them questioning their reality and struggling to trust their own instincts. Manipulators also excel at exploiting guilt and shame to exert control over their victims. By weaponizing emotions and manipulating their target's sense of obligation or responsibility, they coerce compliance and silence dissent. Whether through passive-aggressive remarks, guilt-tripping, or emotional blackmail, manipulators use guilt as a tool to manipulate and control others, leaving them feeling trapped and powerless to resist. Furthermore, manipulators often prey on their victims' emotions, exploiting their fears, insecurities, or desires to achieve their goals. Through flattery, charm, or playing on their target's vulnerabilities, they manipulate their emotions to elicit a desired response or behavior. By appealing to their victims' emotions, manipulators create a false sense of intimacy or connection, masking their true intentions and perpetuating the cycle of manipulation and control. The impact of manipulation extends far beyond individual relationships, permeating various aspects of society and contributing to broader social dynamics. In personal relationships, manipulators sow seeds of distrust and discord, eroding the foundations of trust and intimacy. By fostering an atmosphere of suspicion and manipulation, they undermine the fabric of healthy relationships, leaving their victims isolated and emotionally drained. In professional settings, manipulators can sabotage teamwork and collaboration, jeopardizing productivity and morale. Through deceitful tactics such as office politics, manipulation of information, or sabotage of colleagues' efforts, they undermine trust and cohesion within the workplace, creating a toxic environment characterized by competition and distrust. Moreover, the psychological toll inflicted by manipulators can have profound and lasting consequences on their victims' mental health and well-being. Victims of manipulation may experience anxiety, depression, or post-traumatic stress disorder, grappling with the emotional scars inflicted by their tormentors. Over time, the cumulative effects of manipulation can erode the victim's self-esteem and sense of identity, leaving them struggling to rebuild their lives in the aftermath of abuse. In conclusion, manipulators wield their influence with calculated precision, using deceit, guilt, and emotional manipulation to control and exploit others for personal gain. Their actions have far-reaching consequences, undermining trust, eroding self-esteem, and perpetuating a cycle of manipulation and abuse. By shedding light on the tactics of manipulators and their impact on others, we can empower individuals to recognize and resist manipulation, fostering healthier, more equitable relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding.